It's October the 8th, 2025, and I hope everybody's been having a wonderful day so far today. As you can see, I don't have my glasses on this morning. They're in the house charging up in their case right now. I've been on the phone all day today. I use my glasses more than anything else to talk on. They've got like 5 built-in microphones in them, and there's speakers that are built in the frame of the glasses. So, I can be walking around doing whatever. My hands are completely free, and, I can wash dishes or clean up or do whatever I need to do while I'm on the phone. And like I said, I've had a lot of phone calls I had to make this morning, and I just ran the battery completely dead on them. So I could have grabbed another pair of glasses. I just figured, what the heck? Why not film today without them on? You guys never see me without my glasses, so I figured, why not today? What I wanted to talk about today, I was thinking all this morning about what I wanted to discuss, and for some reason, my mind just kept hanging on to the thought of our future and how, the decisions that we make today will ultimately affect what happens in the future, tomorrow or next week or a month from now. Because, the decisions that we make every single day are going to affect our future. And like I said, I just was really thinking about that this morning, and how if we make a decision to drink today, how that's going to affect our future. Or if we decide that we're going to use today, or if we decide that we're going to go back to pornography today, or shopping, or gambling, or whatever the activity is that we're trying to get away from, whatever it is that's harming our life, if we decide to go back to that today, it will affect our future. And it's going to affect our future in a negative way. Like I was talking about in yesterday's video, that, I had something happen to me yesterday that got me really upset. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. The first thought that came in my mind yesterday when that happened was, man, I could use a drink right now. Because I've spoken about this so many times, but in the past, when I was in active addiction, anytime that something happened that upset me, or I ran across an obstacle that was difficult, I drank. I drank for everything, but especially during the hard times. And yesterday, I had something pop up that was pretty difficult. And like I said, it upset me pretty bad. I could have gone back to drinking yesterday, and it would have washed all of my problems away for the moment. I would have drank yesterday. I could have forgotten about what was going on. But guess what? When I woke up today, that problem still would have been there. And now I've got another problem. Now I've drank. And I've relapsed. And then I would have had to have dealt with, being hungover. The fact that I want to drink again today because I would have felt bad. I would have been hungover, and the only cure for a hangover for me that ever worked was hair of the dog. So, I would have woke up this morning, first thing that would have popped up in my mind is, I feel bad, and I need the hair of the dog so that I can feel better. So, first thing I would have done is got up, I would have went into the refrigerator or wherever I had my stash hidden, and I would have grabbed a beer or made a drink or whatever it was, and I would have started off my day right off on the wrong foot, drinking again. And then guess what? Now the decision that I made to drink today is going to affect tomorrow as well, because now I'm going to drink all day today. I'm going to get wasted drunk, and tomorrow I'm going to feel like crap when I wake up again. I'm going to make the same decision to drink again tomorrow, which is going to affect my future again negatively the next day. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Basically, what if I was to have drank yesterday, it would have started a whole cascade of bad decisions that I would have continued to make based on one day's poor decision. That one bad decision would have led to a whole bunch of bad decisions later on down the road. And like I said, that bad decision that I would have made yesterday would have affected my future in a very negative way. And it's those one decision like that, one little decision that I'm going to drink today because I'm having a bad day, or I'm going to drink today because I don't feel well, or I'm going to drink today because I'm in the middle of an argument with my spouse, or I'm going to drink today because my kids upset me, or I'm going to drink today because I got fired, or whatever it is. And I'm sure that any of you guys watching this right now can relate, because most of us use alcohol or substances or certain activities as a way to escape from our problems. But there is no true escape. You might be able to pull yourself away from those problems for a short period of time, but those problems are still going to be there. And like I said, now we've created more problems on top of it. Every single decision that we make every single day is ultimately going to affect our future. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, like I said, is that think about the decision that you're going to make today. If you're getting that feeling like you want to drink so bad today, think about that. Think about how if you do drink today, it's going to affect tomorrow. It's going to affect the next day. It's going to affect the next week, the next month, and maybe potentially the next few months, the next year. Stay sober today, guys. Don't go back. Don't allow those thoughts to influence you to go back to what you were trying to get away from. Especially alcohol. Alcohol is such a powerful substance. It really does. It changes the way that our brain works. It changes the way that our brain functions. It changes our brain chemistry, how serotonin works in our brain. It changes the way that dopamine functions in our brain. It just changes everything. And it takes so long to get our brain back to homeostasis, to get our body back to homeostasis all over again. There's just so much grief and agony that comes along with that. Then you've got to go through that whole withdrawal process all over again and fight those urges all over again. Stay where you're at today. If you have gotten sober and you got a month of sobriety or 6 months of sobriety or a couple of years of sobriety, and if you're having a bad day today and something's really making you want to drink or use or go back to an activity, think about how that's going to affect your future. Think about where you're going to be at tomorrow at this time. If you decide to drink today, think about this time tomorrow. Where are you going to be at tomorrow? You're probably going to be drunk, or you're going to be drinking, or you're going to feel bad, and you're going to be thinking about drinking. You're going to have the irresistible urge to go to the store and get another bottle and go right back to doing it all over again. And the process is going to begin. Do you want to go back to all that all over again? Like I said, the decisions that we make today are going to affect our future. It's almost like we can get into a time machine. Because like I said, if you make that decision today to go back, it will affect tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month, whatever. There is a reason that you ultimately got sober. There is a reason that you withdrew from that lifestyle. It's not a good life to live. It's a life full of problems. It's a life full of heartache. It's a life full of grief, like I said. It's a life full of people not trusting us anymore. It's a life full of family problems. It's a life full of relationship problems, especially, your spouse or a significant other. It's a life full of problems with our children. They get upset with us. They don't trust us anymore. It's a life full of broken promises with our children and with our spouses and with our friends and family. How many times have you had to cancel some kind of function, or cancel a family meetup, or cancel going to Thanksgiving, or cancel going to your family's house Christmas morning because you were so hungover? How many times have you had to cancel going out for dinner, or cancel meeting up with somebody over the weekend because you felt so bad? I can't tell you guys how many times that I was supposed to go to the beach with my family or go to the lake with my family over the weekend, and I had to cancel because I felt so bad. I didn't want to go anywhere, and all I wanted to do was just stay home, lay in my bed or sit on my couch and drink all day. Because I didn't want to have to get in a vehicle and be in a car for 3 hours because I felt too bad to do so. because I felt like I was going to throw up. So I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to stay home. So many ruined plans, ruined trips, ruined functions with my friends and my family because of my decisions. Today, I'm going to stay sober. And I hope that you decide to stay sober today as well, or decide not to go back to whatever it is that you're trying to get away from. Because like I said, the decisions that we make today will affect tomorrow. Let's stay sober today, guys. One more day. I know that you can make it through today. By the time that this video gets up and posted, you're not going to have many more hours left. All you've got to do is just hang on tight, make it through the rest of the day, and go to sleep. We'll wake up tomorrow and deal with tomorrow when it gets here. It is truly one day at a time. And for today, let's stay sober again, guys. I know that you can do it. Stay strong. It is truly not worth going back to that lifestyle again. It isn't. I promise you it isn't. I promise you that if, in fact, you do go back, you're going to regret it more than anything in this world. Stay sober again today, guys. One more day. We'll deal with tomorrow when it gets here. Yesterday's gone. Whatever happened yesterday is in the past. We can't change it. We can't go back and reverse it. There's nothing we can do about it. If you went back and drank or used or whatever yesterday, that's yesterday. Today, we can make the decision that we need to make, because it will affect our future tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year. Let's stay sober today, guys. It truly is one day at a time. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, the decisions that we make today are going to affect our future. We can kind of predict what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, we can't control everything, but we can control our sobriety. And like I said, today, let's take control of it and not go back to that life again. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you, and I love each and every single one of you as well. Until tomorrow, I will see you all then. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.